in the quaint town of Mirthfield, something was amiss. Sure, there had been reports of strange occurrences at the abandoned Merrick Mansion, a house steeped in dark history, but no one expected the sort of trouble Simon and his friends found themselves in one stormy night. The group had always been thrill seekers, but what started as a fun ghost hunting escapade soon turned into a nightmare. The mansion was said to be haunted by the ghost of a comedian named Benny Merrick, who mysteriously disappeared decades ago, right after his career hit its peak. Benny was known for his eccentric sense of humor, and his ghost was said to still crack jokes, albeit twisted ones, at the mansion. Some even said the real horror was how bad his puns were. Simon, a cocky adrenaline junkie, led his ragtag group of misfits, Amelia, the skeptic, Jake, the conspiracy theorist, and Maya, the horror movie buff, into the mansion. Equipped with flashlights, cameras, and a Ouija board for fun, they were ready for whatever haunted experience awaited. It wasn't long before things started getting weird. The lights flickered, the air turned cold, and objects seemed to move on their own, but what threw them off the most was the laughter. Deep, eerie chuckling that echoed through the mansion's long hallways. "Must be Jake pulling one of his pranks," Amelia scoffed. But when Benny finally appeared, things took a turn for the worse, or maybe the funnier. Benny wasn't your typical ghost. He didn't moan or drag chains around. No, Benny was cracking dark jokes about death, their lives, and even the state of their hair. "I once killed at the comedy club. Literally," Benny cackled, his translucent form hovering before them. As they tried to escape, the doors slammed shut, and the group realized they were stuck in a twisted version of a stand-up comedy show. Benny's jokes grew more dangerous. Objects would fly, walls would move, and the group couldn't help but laugh, even when they knew their lives were in danger. The worst part? If Benny didn't get enough laughs, his jokes turned deadly. He threw puns like knives, each one more cringe-worthy than the last, and each one aimed at Simon and his friends. As they dodged deadly wordplay and ducked flying furniture, they realized that the only way to survive the night was to out-joke Benny. What followed was a bizarre and hysterical showdown where the group had to use their wits, humor, and horror movie knowledge to outlast the comedian ghost. Maya suggested using humor to fight back, turning the mansion into a surreal stand-up comedy battle. Between dodging Benny's supernatural pranks and throwing their own punchlines, the group found themselves laughing in the face of terror, literally. With each joke, Benny seemed to weaken, his ghostly form flickering. But as the final punchline was delivered, it was revealed that Benny wasn't trying to kill them. He was just lonely. The group found a way to send Benny to the afterlife, not with an exorcism, but by giving him the loudest round of applause the mansion had ever seen. As dawn broke, Simon and his friends stumbled out of Merrick Mansion, alive but forever scarred by a night of horror, hilarity, and the world's worst jokes. They had survived the ultimate ghost story, but one thing was for sure, they were never going near another haunted house or comedy club again.